What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys are already part of this wonderful family, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch and to support. In today's video, I am going to be testing out and reviewing for you guys very first impressions of the Mean Girls Profusion collection. I grew up watching Mean Girls, so I knew I had to review it for you guys. Before jumping into today's video, as always, make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell so you guys are notified every single time that I upload here on my channel. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's jump into another review. Let's go. So I literally got the box in the mail. I haven't even opened, so everything's going to be a complete first impressions. So let's get rid of some of this bubble wrap. All right, we got to the goodies, you guys. I'm so excited for this. Is the Burn Book mirror. This is so cute. It comes with this little like thing right here. You just slide it off and it's like the Burn Book. So this is what the packaging looks like. This mirror did retail for $5.98. It feels very lightweight, so it's not like a super heavy mirror. The best part about getting in a mirror is just simply sliding the sticky off and boom. Oh, okay, so I thought it was on the little sticky, but it's actually imprinted inside the mirror. It says, "You're like really pretty." Little details like that, you guys know when I review things, it's the little details that really count for me, and I absolutely love that. So they really took their time to basically like incorporate what the Mean Girls movie was all about, and I love that. This mirror did retail for $5.98. It's a nice like handheld size, and I could totally see myself using this and just trying it out. So I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys all of the products, and then we'll go in with actually reviewing and testing them out on camera. The next thing is part of the eyeshadow palettes. Now I did see that they had a couple of different eyeshadow palettes. This is the Mean Girls Regina George palette. This is what the palette looks like, and then if you open it on up, it has the little protector. Let me go ahead and take that off because it kind of gives like a weird reflection on the camera. This is so cute. So it has like a little shape of a lip here, which is really cute. I love that. And it says property of Regina George, and then all around it has like these different little things from the movie. It has plastics, so fat. It's October 3rd, and then it has a bunch of hearts, like little kiss emojis, and it's just really cute. I love when brands do like collaborations like this, and they really just pay attention to all those small details and really incorporate whatever they're like collabing with into the actual product. So when you open it on up, this is what the actual eyeshadow palette looks like, and it's actually like very good material. It's like heavy. It looks like one pressed glitter, some shimmers, and then a couple of different matte shades, which sounds interesting. Oh, okay, so this is the You Glow Glen Coco. So there's a very famous part in the movie. You guys are a fan of Mean Girls like I am.
Fall for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco.
This is the Candy Graham one palette. It's a 3-shade palette, and I'm guessing it's just like a bronzer, a highlight, and then a blush. Yeah, so it's definitely just like a little bit of a face palette. The highlight in the palette has come crushed, which is a little upsetting, but again, very cute packaging, very pretty. I love this. And then I also did pick up their this is the cooling face mist, and it says Regulation Hottie. So it is a little bit of a smaller size bottle, but it does contain 2 fluid ounces in here, a little over 2 fluid ounces, and it says that it is a soft peppermint scent. I didn't realize that I had a scent. So it does say Regulation Hottie, and then it has a picture of him right there, which, like I said, very beautiful details. Totally reminds me of the movie Mean Girls. All right, so the last thing that I also picked up was this Regina George So Popular lip set. So it basically comes with, it looks like, I don't know if this is like a matte lip and then a gloss, but it has like that old style gloss packaging, which I love. Totally old school vibes, and it goes with the entire theme and the movie, of course. This is the one that I picked up in Regina George because I felt like it would go hand in hand with the eyeshadow palette. So I'm very excited about these. So I went ahead and I brought you guys in closer so you guys can actually see what I'm doing with my eyeshadow today. But before even beginning, you guys, I just wanted to point out and say that I was this close literally to not even recording this video because, as you guys can see, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. My skin is my skin. So my skin has literally been just having a really bad skin week this week. I have a lot of different things going on. It's a hormonal thing. I am human, I am a woman. We go through these things on a month-to-month basis, but this is what is happening. But I then looked at myself and I said, you know what? I am human. I am a woman. This is normal. Let's normalize it, and we're just going to record because I'm excited about this collection. So be nice to me and let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing that we're going to be diving into is obviously the Regina George palette with Profusion. I'm so excited. So I showed you guys, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of a close-up. This is what the palette looks like in all its fine and glory. I'm so excited for this, like so excited. Like I said, this does come with a 9-pan palette, some pressed glitter, a little bit of shimmers, and some matte shades. And I do have my eyes prepped. I did use my clean canvas in the shade Fair from Gerard Cosmetics. So first I'm going to jump into this shade right here, which is Cheese Fries, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of set all over that lid because I want to just set that eye base that I already used and go from there. It is a very nice neutral bone color to just kind of set the lid, which is nice. And then something that I did want to point out, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little bit of fallout from the shade. It is a little powdery. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of this like mauve shade right here. This is like a more purple mauve toned. This is called Get In Loser. I'm going to go ahead and take that on a fluffy brush. So the shade is picking up very nicely. It's blending in very seamlessly. There's definitely not any like weird patches that I am noticing in this. So far, so good. I'm liking the formula so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and deepen up just a little bit, and I'm gonna go in with this Paltine bar, take some of that shade and kind of just deepen out these outer corners a little bit and see where this eye look takes us. I really just want to focus this on the outer corner out here. So the colors really do seem to be picking up very nicely, like the pigment is there. I was going to place my foundation, like my base makeup on today before filming and then just doing the eyes with you guys on camera, but I am so happy that I didn't do that because they're a little powdery. I want to add a little bit of this Is Butter a Carb, but then I also kind of wanted to add a little bit of Fake Apology, which is like a purple shimmer. So we'll see how this goes. If we need to spray it, we will spray it. It's showing up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but we definitely need to spray it a little bit. So okay, so something happened with my camera battery, but I caught it in time. All I did was just throw on some lashes. I am using Top Secret from Beauty Creations. That is what I have on my eyes, but I finished the look pretty much on camera. I didn't do anything off camera as far as the eye look besides just throwing my lashes on. So let's talk a little bit of the actual palette. So according to this 9-pan palette, I'm still gonna add probably this pink shade right underneath the line when I'm done doing my face makeup. But so far, I have to say, I'm kind of like on the fence about it. The mattes definitely outruled the shimmers. The shimmers didn't perform like I wanted them to. I don't really know if you guys can really tell, but it's like kind of picking up a little bit. The more I kind of tried to place it on, the more it started to pick up this, you know, the layer of shadow underneath. So as far as the shimmers go in the palettes, they didn't perform as well as I wanted them to. They're not as bright and as like in your face shimmer as I would want it to be, but overall it is definitely a very pretty look. It just took us a little bit to get there. Okay, so I am back. I did my base makeup. I only did my foundation. I don't have anything else on my face, but I want to go back into the eyeshadow palette and just add a teeny bit more color to this. I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this Queen Bee using just like a flat shader. I'm gonna grab some of that Queen Bee and just start placing that right underneath the eyes. Wow, super pigmented. And then just so I can say that I used all of the mattes in here, I'm going to grab some of this Vintage, which is more like a purple deep tone, and I'm going to also place it with that same brush and just kind of blend it in towards the outer corners. Yeah, see you guys, the mattes in this palette, just they perform so beautifully. I just wish that that shimmer formula was just as like phenomenal as this matte formula, because they're really just so pretty. Alright, so next we're going to be jumping into the Candy Graham palette. This is the You Go Glen Cocoa palette, and it is basically just a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer, so it is a face palette. I have high hopes for this one, so let's go ahead and dive in. Like I mentioned earlier when I was first showing you everything, this did kind of like fall apart right here, so I'm going to be very, very careful when I take the little plastic thing off, because I'm scared it's just going to kind of like go everywhere. So we're going to be very careful with this. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the bronzer, and I'm going to grab clean brushes here. This is a nice little brush from Faced by Kareem. I think I got this on a giveaway, I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to go ahead and dive into the bronzer. It is called Can't Sit With Us, and I'm going to tap off some of the excess because, again, I don't know if it's going to be super pigmented or not. It's showing up, but it's definitely a softer bronzer shade. I am totally okay with bronzers kind of being lighter like this, and you just kind of have to build it up. It's definitely a very soft bronzer for sure, but you know, sometimes it's a good thing because bronzers are one of those things where less is definitely more, and you want to build it up as you go instead of just really packing on a whole bunch of color all at once, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a very nice like nose contour kind of bronzer. It's not doing much for me as far as a whole face. I'm gonna dip into this blush. Now this blush has a little bit of a shimmer in it. I wish I could show you guys, but this is gonna just fall apart completely. So if you guys can kind of take a glance at what that looks like, it has a little bit of a shimmer in it. So it's not a matte kind of blush. I'm like really going in there and trying to pick up some of this product, but do you guys see the blush or not really? I mean, it's picking up. It's a very soft, subtle blush, and it has definitely shimmer particles in there, so it's not going to be like a matte kind of blush. I don't know if you guys can see that, but again, you can get there. It just takes a little bit of time to get there. Okay, so I'm thinking this is probably as good as it's going to get for the blush and the bronzers. So we're going to grab a little bit of this highlight and okay, so this highlight is very subtle and soft. It's very like skin-like, and I'm actually really into highlights like this right now. They just look really pretty. Okay, so that palette was not what I was expecting. The blush and the bronzer definitely show up after a little bit. It's a very subtle type of thing. I think it picks it up on the camera a little bit more than it does in person, because in person it's not looking as bold as it is on cameras. Okay, so the lip kit that I purchased was the Regina George lip kit, and it is a So Popular lip set. Now this is what the packaging looks like. It does come with it says a soft matte lip cream and then a gloss as well. It says a high shine gloss. So this is what the colors of those two look like. Now I usually do line my lips, but just for the sake of the video and just to really see the true color of it, I'm not going to line the lips. So first I'm going to be going in with this soft matte lip cream in the shade Regina George. It is like a little mini lip, and then it has like a doe foot applicator as well. So let's go ahead and, ooh, the shade is really pretty. I think in the packaging it looks pretty like mauve kind of vibes, and it looks more pink on the actual lip. So it's not drying very fast, and it is drying somewhat of a soft matte finish. It's very, very soft and comfortable, and it's not drying down where it's like overly dry matte kind of feel. It is very light as well. So okay, so this is what it looks like dried down. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the High Shine lip gloss, and I'm assuming this is just in the shade Regina as well. It doesn't have a shade, but ooh, okay. It is a little bit more of a sticky formula, so it definitely gives me like old school gloss kind of vibes, but I mean overall the lip does look really pretty. But as I'm talking, you guys can see it's like sticking together, so I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, the last thing that I didn't use was this cooling face mist. How can I forget about this? So I forgot to use the cooling face mist. It does have a peppermint scent, so let's go ahead and place this on. It does have a little bit of a cooling effect. I definitely smell the peppermint. It makes me feel like refreshed, definitely, because it's getting a little warm in my room right now. Definitely feels very refreshing. So let's go ahead and talk one-on-one about all of these things. The palette, I already mentioned my thoughts on it. I definitely think that it's kind of a hit or miss depending on what you're looking for. These shadows are very pretty. The shadow look today came out pretty at the very end. However, it does take some time to get to the finished look that you are looking for with all of these things. The mattes were very, very beautiful. They blended out very nicely and super pigmented. However, the shimmers did not perform as well, and that's kind of like a bummer because I was so excited for this. But overall, I think this would probably be a C. I definitely think that the concept is there. I love the concept. I just wish that the shimmer formulas were as good as the mattes in that palette. The face palette, I definitely think that the blush and the bronzer were a little bit more subtle. As you can see, if you're definitely into very subtle kind of looks like that, that's definitely for you. However, for me, I really like my pigment when it comes to my blush and my bronzer especially. The highlight is very pretty. It's very subtle. It looks like your skin is glowing. I do like the highlight. However, as an overall palette, I probably would not repurchase just because, you know, I don't really see myself using this that often. The mirror, however, is probably my favorite part of the entire thing. It's definitely super, super pretty, and I would definitely reuse this, like doing my makeup all the time. The Regina George lip set, I think was really pretty. I love the concept of it. However, again, I feel like my lips keep sticking together and I have like little chunks of gloss kind of clumping together at the end of my lips. Would I use this again? Probably not. I feel like this is something that I could, you know, give to my daughter to play with or something like that. I would obviously not just throw it away, but yeah, definitely not what I was expecting, but I do like the formula of the matte lipstick. This one was very, very pretty. However, like I said, not my vibes. And then at last, the little refreshing spray. It does have a very strong peppermint scent, so if you don't like anything that's scented, if you don't like fragrances or anything like that, you would not like this. I feel like I like it. It feels very nice. It didn't like pick up any of my makeup, so it did set very nice. I could definitely see myself using this to just kind of refresh my makeup. Whenever I feel like my face really needs that like little bit of moisture, definitely I would reach for this. I actually really did like that. All right, so that pretty much wraps up today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. It took us a little bit of time to get to where we finally got. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Overall, I had a lot of fun just trying out the Mean Girls collection. It just brought back a lot of childhood memories because I used to love watching Mean Girls like literally every single day after school. And I will see you guys in my next one. Ciao.